This is really sacrilegious for history lovers and archaeology lovers. A Roman tourist, U.S. tourist, throws a bust to the ground at the Vatican Museum. He was stopped. He was American. He wanted to see the Pope. He was not allowed to see the Pope, and that's why he got so angry that he started throwing the ancient statues to the ground, breaking them, of course. These are thousands of years old, of course. In Vatican City, outrage at the Vatican Museum, where an American tourist blew up in anger, that is, and threw two antique busts from the Chiaramonti gallery to the ground, damaging them. It happened in Rome around noon yesterday, a handful of seconds under the astonishing gaze of some petrified tourists who were unable to stop him, and two custodians there, two keepers of the museum, who instead had an immediate reaction time. The man was in his 50s, was immediately blocked, calmed, and handed over to the police, according to the very strict internal procedure, to the gendarmerie, and according to the dynamics reconstructed by the museum management, also thanks to the CCTV cameras that are everywhere. The episode ended, fortunately, without too much damage. Damages of the two busts in the Vatican Museum. Tourists were stopped. The man, a middle-aged American tourist of Egyptian descent, wanted to see the Pope, and when he was told it was not possible, he threw himself on a first bust and threw that bust to the ground, damaging it. Then the second bust fell as he ran. The tourist was then blocked by the museum keepers and the workers brought to the laboratory. They said these are minor works, two small busts, and now the experts are weighing the damage and proceeding to recover the fragments for immediate restoration. The gendarmerie, after having brought the tourist to the internal barracks to question him and have the exact personal details, as always is done in similar cases, then handed him over to the Italian authorities. The shock in the Vatican for what happened was enormous. For some years, a complex, sophisticated video surveillance system has been created to ensure maximum safety for visitors and the works on display, of immense value, of course. And furthermore, the caretakers undergo continuous refresher courses and are all highly prepared to face even the most complex situations. In the past, before COVID, the enormous flows of visitors had repeatedly aroused great concern, especially among art experts and tourist guides. Some of them had raised the alarm for the safety of the works of art since the museum route, in some passages, was unsuitable for the passage of thousands and thousands of people every hour. Now, I have gone to Rome many times and visited the Vatican. Some of these areas are quite narrow to get from one chapel to another, for example. And the Sistine is not very big, but it's got beautiful paintings. The thing is that I don't know, what are they going to do? I mean, the only way they can protect these statues is to put them behind plexiglass so that nobody touches them and nobody destroys any more of these things. So the ancient building of the Vatican, in some points being narrow, would bring out criticalities and potential risks with the Jubilee of 2025 at the door and the tourist recovery at full speed. The same fears reappear. Perhaps this is also why, according to what is learned, the Vatican is strengthening the security sector in view of the Holy Year, with a meeting scheduled for next week. And this is according to the Italian article I've translated on Google Translate. Thank goodness they have that, because my Italian is very poor. Buonasera. Is that Italian or is that Spanish? I don't know. So this is from Roma News, and I'll leave a link below for you for this. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.